everybody, and I'm gonna tell you the various and varied tales of my life from when I was a teenager to when I was I don't know till lately, and now when I was 16 years old, I was working with a bunch of Korean War veterans and Vietnam veterans on the highways and the roadsides, cleaning up the veterans got the first picks of the jobs because they were all state jobs. So I worked there, and then in a weekend I would work at a restaurant. There was a tavern in Pawtucket, and at the first restaurant I worked at, they called me Turtle because I was slow at washing dishes. By all rights, I should have probably been fired. I don't know. I was working hard, but I just couldn't catch on to how you do it all at once. I couldn't put anything into like a linear sequence. So, and this was the next job I had. The next job, I went from being Turtle to be Speedy Gonzalez. And so I would work from 7 in the morning till 3:30 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday, on the highway with the Vietnam and Korean War veterans. And then at night, a Friday night, and Saturday and Sunday night, I'd work from 5 till maybe midnight or 1, which meant Friday night was stacked full of work. So, and I did notice something was changing in this country around that time. Big changes. I don't know if I mentioned this on YouTube before, but it was a great influx, and it was about 5 years after the Vietnam War had ended, that this influx of a different style of Christianity, like more like born-again Christianity, it was called. A lot of Eastern religions, just about every single one, an interest in them, and a practice of them, and a belief by some people in ESP. And this all came in at once in 1977. And they descended on Providence, Rhode Island. Providence was like every day they would fill up the Civic Center with a big prayer meeting, and people would be running around the aisles. And if you don't doubt me, look at the history of the situation. And they had workshops all over Providence, so you could pick your workshop to go to. And then my brother and my father went up north on a hunting trip. And during that time, my mother let me go to Providence College with her. I was 16, but the professor didn't mind me auditing. So it was a course on ESP and extrasensory perception. And then there was that guy, Uri Geller. I don't know if I'm supposed to say his name, but Uri Geller would bend spoons. And supposedly, I don't know, I find it kind of hard to believe that a mere human being can defy the laws of physics and gravity. I mean, I do believe in telepathy to some degree, or maybe it's that we're so perceptive that we can see certain things. But I think sometimes it leads to kind of a sixth sense, or what now would be thought of as a ninth sense, since they found those 2 other senses, or 3 other senses. And so we would go to this class, and one time a hypnotist came in, and I'm getting out of wind. But a hypnotist came in, and he had this nun stand on the chalkboard on the movie screen, against the movie screen, shut off the lights. And he wanted us to see how all human beings have energy emanating from them called auras. And everybody saw this nun was a really beautiful, kind, sweet person. And you could see her aura all over her, but especially around here, at the top of her head. And then when we were all being hypnotized, I couldn't be hypnotized. I was looking all over the places. And, but this one guy, he had us lock our hands like this. And after the hypnosis, he couldn't get him out. And the teacher had to work with him to undo his hands. Kind of like that movie with Dr. Watson, where he takes off his shoes and socks. And so, see how much. I'm on 520. And then this was the days when I was happier and freer. In the late 60s to early to mid 70s were kind of a nightmare for me. But then in the later 70s and early 80s, I was free from a lot of the stuff before winding up, being institutionalized. Anyway, we're all joyous and we're gonna make it. And it's hard talking without a script in front of you, though. It's very hard to just think up things automatically. I mean, so this is gonna take. I hope I have time left over. Next time I come, I'll have a song written and I'll sing the song after a brief introductory period of time where I'll regale you with maybe some festive narratives. So God bless and take care.